As a trained interviewer, there are some obvious signs that I can look out for and pick out of people who have not prepared for an interview. And what I would say is that you should invest time, you should invest a lot of effort as well in your own preparation, because you don't need to be a trained interviewer to pick out these really obvious signs of a lack of preparation. One of those signs is umming and ahhing during the actual process of asking or answering questions. And that can filter down into your body language and leave you feeling less and less confident. Another key sign that somebody's not prepared is that they give very long-winded and unstructured answers to questions that they're asked. So it's obviously important to prepare answers to some quite general and specific questions before the day of your interview. Another really obvious giveaway is that you don't ask questions. I remember one occasion where I asked somebody, do you have any questions for me? And they said to me, well, you've answered all my questions, so I don't have any more questions. And there's no excuse for that, because often when you're having a conversation with an interviewer, you can think about questions and think of questions on the fly to ask. But in any case, you should prepare at least 8 questions around the business, around the team, around the interviewers, and also around the role. So there's no excuse not to ask any questions. Another obvious sign of a lack of preparation is that you continually look at your CV or refer back to your CV instead of really thinking about what you've done, preparing what you've done, and doing off the top of your head, having prepared certain points and certain examples from your CV. Another thing that you may or may not do if you've not prepared is you don't address the interviewer's concerns. Because if you read the job description, if you read the actual website, you'll be able to understand a lot more about the mission of the employer. You'll be able to understand a lot more about the job. You'll be able to give answers, therefore, that shows how you can benefit or at least help the employer with any challenges or problems that they may be experiencing. So that's how you go about addressing the concerns of the employer. Another way in which you can show that you're prepared is by demonstrating a general interest in the business, by understanding the culture of the business, by understanding the mission of the business, and understanding the role and also the people and what the business is all about. You can do some research via Google News to pick out PR stories to understand what's going on now and what may be going on in the future. And you also can ask questions around what's happening now and what's happening in the future, so that you can get a fuller picture of not just the role, but the business and the direction in which it's going. And that's how you really show a sign or show signs that you have prepared for your interview. So it's really important that you invest in your preparation.